Week 3 is a wrap, and it was uneventful, but eventful at the same time. I will get into more of it. Let's watch this vlog together and stay until the end, and I'll share with you all the good, the bad, and the hectic. Let's get into it. Good morning. It is 5:23. I am leaving in about 2 minutes to go to the airport so that I can get on a very early flight. And I feel like crap. I've only gotten about 4 hours of sleep. I just can't sleep before a flight, ever. I don't care what my plans are. I don't care how great everything goes, which it hardly ever does, but I just can't get full nights of rest. I'm like a little kid. Anyhow, I need to leave, but wanted to start my vlog of day 14 here. And yeah, let's get to it. Here's my room. It is so spacious. It looks really comfortable. The floor has some weird sounds, but it is so pretty. Very, very nice. A nice desk, which is what I always look for and need. I have this little station here. Look at that huge TV. And then I will give you a quick tour of the bathroom. So nice. Look at this tub. I love that when you turn off the light, this night light stays on. I always bring a night light with me when I travel, but I don't know, whoever wants to see the toilet. I know some of you really like the tours. It's just really nice. They have a complimentary magnifying mirror. It's just very, very tastefully decorated, and the layout is pretty nice. And then over here, I will show you my view, which they said it's a strip view, but yes and no. Very nice, so pretty. It's hot. It is very, very, very hot. It's supposed to reach 95 degrees today. I am going to go downstairs and have some lunch. The flight was great. We got in about 35 minutes early. Bags came right out. Got a taxi, was here within 15 minutes from the airport. Check-in was a little bit of a line, but that's to be expected. It's a massive hotel. They have 3 different towers, and it was just a long line. Anyhow, all has gone really, really smooth. I am starving, so I'm going to go downstairs, look around, grab some food, and then come back in my room and wait for my colleagues to arrive, and we're going out to dinner. So all in all, it's a really good travel day. Very good. The bone hasn't kicked in yet, but I'm going to celebrate me feeling good and awake. Let me go downstairs. I am feeling a little better. I came back to my room. I unpacked probably 3/4 of the way. I couldn't take it anymore. I lay down. I took a nap for maybe an hour off and on. It was a failed nap because I had the TV on really loud. The game was on. I didn't draw the shades. I didn't turn off any of the lights. So I would say it was a little bit of a fail. And I'm having a little bit of issues in the room, so I had to call downstairs a few times. So yeah, I'm just going to go downstairs, meet my coworker. She's really hungry. I want her to eat. We're going to talk about a couple things for work. I will be back in my room. I need to edit a video. I need to review some things for work. And then tomorrow it's go time. That is the plan. Yeah, that's all that I have. But just wanted to come on here and give you guys an update. I'm headed downstairs, put my jewelry back on. I finished unpacking. I would say I was about 85% done. And I crashed. So headed downstairs. I need to finish some water. I have not had enough water today. Travel days are really hard on my body. They're hard on me mentally. So I need to take the rest of this day and just make sure that I hydrate and take care of myself. All right, I will give you guys an update when I'm done, when I'm back in my room. Good morning. Happy day 15. I am getting my little hydration drink here ready. I'm going to go downstairs, walk on the treadmill. Yesterday was a travel day. My brain collapsed by the end of the night, and I stayed out a little bit longer than what I had anticipated with a coworker and hung out. I mean, going around this humongous property, checking out everything, looking at our floor space where our meetings are going to be held, having a nice dinner that's out of the hotel. It was delicious, by the way. It's just all those things that I'm not used to because I'm used to being in a hotel and just staying here for however many days I'm here. So it was a nice change, but it came at a cost. And I was frustrated because they were supposed to come and do some servicing, housekeeping in the room because of some things that I found, and they never did. So that set me off, and I had all these plans for last night that did not happen. But here on the bright side, here's what I did do. I slept for 8.5 hours intentionally. I got up with ease. I am going downstairs to work out, and then I am going to go have breakfast, followed by coming back to my room, taking a super quick shower, getting ready for the day, which is starting with lunch. So it's going to be a really busy, long day, but I'm looking forward to it, and it's all good. So let me get to this gym. I'm leaving the gym. It was so packed. I did 45 minutes on the treadmill, which I had to wait for, but I'm headed down for breakfast. I'll go out, take a quick shower, and get this business day started. But my goodness, it's a huge gym and it was completely packed. But let's continue. Okay, I'm back in my room. I had a delicious breakfast. I really couldn't record anything. There were so many people everywhere in this hotel. I bought this little thing on Amazon. It's a protein powder container, or any powder container. You can even use this if you have a baby. But it's really cool. So it stacks up on each other. They screw on, and each little separation is 1 serving. And this is what I would normally put in my protein coffee at home. So it has my protein powder, 1 scoop, and 1 scoop of, or 2 tablespoons of collagen. So what I am going to do is here I have my cup of coffee. I did have a small cup in the restaurant, and this is the rest of that. And I'm just going to pour. You see how it has the little spout, which makes it so easy to pour your coffee or your powder into whatever it is that you want to pour it into. And I'm sorry for this angle. I have you propped up on the faucet in the bathroom. Anyhow, so that's all of it. I wish I could show you, but I can't. And then I packed this with me, and I brought it, is my little frother. And I'm going to try to do this without making a mess. Pray for me, please. Just pray for me, pray for me. All right, I'm actually going to do this here in the sink, and let's see what happens. So I am frothing it so that the powder gets really well mixed in this coffee. It's working. It is working. Yeah, it's working perfectly. So this is another way to get protein when you're traveling. This is my first time using those containers. I literally just purchased it a couple of days ago before I left. And I'm just trying different ways, different things. This will not only save me money, but it's easy to pack. It doesn't take a lot of space. And that's it. There is my protein coffee. Super easy. I'm going to rinse this out and that's it. Just wanted to show you my little process. I'm so happy that everything turned out great. Here's what I love about this. I'm doing this for the first time. So, oh, I had a little bit left. Let me just pour that right in there. Nothing gets left behind. This stuff is too expensive. All right, and then what you do is you unscrew, right? You unscrew the container you just used. You put it down here on the bottom, as so. And I don't want to lean this too much, but you can see the powder. You can see my protein and my collagen is in here. You take the lid with the spout and you put that on top so you're ready to go for your next serving. And you just put that right on top and you cover it with this little trusted lid and it's ready to go for tomorrow. Protein coffee on the go. Here's my outfit for today. It is a very casual day today, and a blazer will always dress up any outfit. So I have this blazer on, I have my jeans, my little Skechers, and a casual shirt. And in full disclaimer, I did not pack enough shirts. Not enough shirts for the conference. I was just counting. I wasn't thinking outfits. Anyhow, I did pack this as an extra casual shirt that I am just going to wear. I tucked it in. A blazer elevates any outfit, and I'm headed downstairs. I need to go register, and then I'm going to probably have some lunch and continue on with my day, but here we are. Let's get this day started, shall we? I also share that I forgot to pack my body splash. This is what happens when you've taken everything out of your travel suitcase, and I had moved things around to pack for my daughter's wedding to go to the venue, and I used the same suitcase that I used to travel. So, feeling a little bit discombobulated. I forgot to pack one shirt. I forgot my body splash. Not doing too bad, but boy, has this been an experience so far. Walking super fast. No, not the elevator. Okay, let's continue. It is almost 11 o'clock. I am exhausted. I have been go all day. I looked at the schedule for tomorrow and for Wednesday, and it looks like we have 7 a.m. starts with 5 p.m. finishing. I am not going to go crazy trying to fit in workouts because I need to take care of myself. I have this heart monitor. I'm already fatigued. I'm literally running all day long. I think today I put in almost 17,000 steps. Also, I have not had a chance to edit this video throughout the day. I just can't. I have hundreds of people around me, literally. I'm just not able to take out my phone to do that. I've also been going out to dinner with colleagues. So tomorrow, I'm just exhausted. I'm feeling very fatigued. I'm thinking tomorrow I will stay behind. I'm going to have an early dinner and then just come back to my room because I'm really feeling tired. I will share more, but I've had major issues with this room and they can't move me because they're fully committed. So it's been one thing after another. I'm trying to stay calm and be thankful, which I am, but it doesn't help the situation. Anyhow, I'm going to turn off this light. I'm going to say my prayers and go to sleep because I'll be lucky if I get 6.5 hours of sleep at this point. Breathe deep, Lisa. Breathe deep. I will check in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Here is my outfit of the day. I changed it up a little bit, but I have on my trusted black stretchy yoga bootleg pants, my trusted Skechers. I have a higher neck, like a crew neck type of top, my trusted little necklace. This time I paired it up with a lighter jacket. And again, I got this one from Marshall's. It was a really good deal. And it's versatile. I can wear it with a lot of things, with jeans, with my black pants. So I needed a neutral type of blazer to travel with, and I think this one's great. And I love the 3/4 inch. I get really hot. And this is it, my trusted bracelets. I have my basic jewelry. And that is it. I need to get downstairs, have breakfast, and continue on with my day. It is, I don't know, 6:45 over here. So let me get downstairs. And I actually put on lip liner and a little bit of lipstick today because I needed to add some color to my face. I did sleep okay, but today's going to be a good day. I am not going to be able to vlog much, but it is going to be a good day. I'm claiming it, I'm saying it out loud. I prayed this morning, and so I'm ready for today. It's a big day, but I'm ready. Let's get downstairs. Dare I say that I didn't sleep anything last night? I'm running so late. I must have fallen asleep about 4 in the morning. I was waking up every hour, hour and a half. I finally fell asleep around 4. I needed to be up by 6. Didn't even hear my alarm. Got up at 7. This should be an interesting day. I will be standing most of the day because if I sit, I will fall asleep, and that's not okay. That's a big no. And because I was running late this morning, I completely forgot to grab a turmeric shot from the Starbucks that's here. So I just went and grabbed 2, one for tonight. I have to get my turmeric shots tonight. And I grabbed one for tomorrow morning. This isn't ginger turmeric, this is just turmeric, but that's okay because it reduces inflammation. I have not been on top of my nutrition this week. I've only worked out one day, and I walked on the treadmill. Have I been moving my body over 14, close to 16,000 steps a day? Yes, but it is not 45 minutes of continuous movement. That's okay though. I am meeting my step count and I feel okay. I will get back on track tomorrow, but let me drink this turmeric shot, take a shower, and yeah, I'll check in when I'm about to go to bed. Good morning. It is Thursday morning, day 18, and I am on my way to the airport because I'm exhausted. The couple next door were fighting. They arrived after midnight and we're just fighting. I called security a few times. This is now the 3rd night that I haven't slept. By far one of the not so pleasant hotel experiences that I've had since traveling. Overall, it hasn't been a good experience. And I don't want to sound ungrateful. I am grateful. But the amount of money that they charge per night, for me, I have a certain expectation. And they didn't even come close to that. So anyhow, I have my bags packed. I am so disoriented because of not sleeping and just running for 3 straight days with work. In my mind, I thought I had to take the monitor off today because I thought today marked day 14, when in fact, it's tomorrow. So I took my monitor off a day early. I'll just document that. Another thing that I realized, because I never read the instructions, that's totally my fault. I thought that all I had to do was press a button on the monitor to log my palpitations. And in fact, I was supposed to log into an app, or they gave me a little booklet that I was supposed to complete with date, time, and what I was feeling and my activity. Well, for 14 days, I didn't do any of that. So I have to try to backtrack, which is going to be almost impossible. I'm just hoping I don't have to get this monitor put on a second time. I really don't. Anyhow, I need to get to the airport. I'm getting there probably about 45 minutes earlier than my 2-hour time frame, but I'm already awake. I don't want to be in this hotel room any longer than what I have to be. I need to get there and get home safe and sound. That is the goal. Everything is done in the room, and I'll give you a little tour of what it looks like. I saw what it looked like when I arrived. This is what it's looking like. I'm leaving them that bottle of water that I did not drink and an orange. And you guys know how I always leave the bathroom. I always put the towels in a corner. But I just try to leave everything in a decent way. I always grab a bag for the garbage. And even though their housekeeping was minimal, I'll leave it at that. I still have respect for them, for the housekeepers, and I don't like for them to work that hard in my room. I just feel guilty about that. So I try to leave it as decent as possible. And with that, it's a goodbye, and I hope it's another year or more before I visit this city again. Adios. Lights out. Happy day 19. I slept almost 12 hours and I feel amazing. The flight was great. The ride home was great. I was super hungry because all I had was breakfast. With the time zone difference, these flights can really trip you up. I did have a fruit salad, a fruit bowl on the airplane that I bought at the airport, but that just was not enough. I needed some protein in my life. So came home, gave my husband kisses and hugs, and same for Sasha. He was already eating dinner, so I left. He offered to go out and get it for me, but I said, no, you can finish eating. I stepped out real quick and I got some Panera. I got a half a tuna and a cup of soup. I ate that real quick when I at the restaurant. Came back home. He had brought my suitcase and my backpack upstairs. I unpacked. I don't care what time of day I get home. I am unpacking. I have to. I don't care if it's 3 a.m, 3 p.m. So I unpacked. I have a basket here full of clothes. And yeah, I woke up yesterday morning and again today with this irritation that's been slowly creeping up on me all week. And it must have been a leftover from the wedding because I had a little tub of Vaseline. And I shared with you guys that this is the suitcase that I used for the wedding. So mixing things up from my travel bag to the wedding bag, really, I was out of a few things I didn't take with me. So anyway, but in there was this little tub of Vaseline. I put that on 2 days in a row and it seemed to have helped just a little bit. I am trying the Aquaphor today and see how that does. And if that doesn't help, I'll go back to the Vaseline to see, but I'm not sure what's happening here. I'm not using anything different. I am not doing anything different. So I'm not really sure what's causing this irritation. Anyhow, I am going to go eat, walk Sasha, go eat, and continue on with this beautiful day. I am so excited to eat this. I love my simple breakfast. I have 2 eggs for protein. I have my wheat bread here with a little bit of mayo, my protein coffee. Oh, I miss my protein coffee. I have to finish this water. Because I don't have kale, I did an extra serving of kiwi. So I have 2 kiwis here with a clementine for fiber. I have my ginger turmeric shot that I haven't taken, but I am going to take this. These I make at home. I can't wait to eat this. Simple, but perfectly balanced, and it hits my stomach just right. It's been a pretty slow morning. I had breakfast, I walked Sasha, I responded to a few emails, but I need to make this run to my local grocery store because doing it later in the day means that I'll be stuck in traffic. I'll be fighting crowds. I really don't want to do that. I need to pick up a few things for meal prepping this week, for packing my lunches to go into the office this week. So it's going to take me a little bit longer than usual, but that's okay. I am going to go inside, do that, and then head home. $194 in just 4 bags. But it's probably because I bought a box of this and a box of the cookies and cream of these barbells. These are so good, bear bells. The pumpkin spice is delicious. I'm going to have one of these with my water. That will be my lunch. I just had a really late breakfast, so I'm going to have this to hold me over until dinner. I'm going to show you what I spent $194.90 on today at our local supermarket. So I had to buy some of this for my husband. He drinks this with his coffee. He has this with his daily protein shakes. And then over here I have some hummus because I need to start eating healthier snacks. I bought some chorizo crumbles because I am making some egg little muffins for breakfast for myself. I have these grilled crumbles that I'm going to make in like a picadillo taco type of meat. I have some petite sweet potatoes I'm going to make, cottage cheese for my husband, Chobani yogurt for him. I have my plant-based protein yogurt, eggs, which I'm going to boil some eggs also for breakfast this week. Golden kiwi because we have a whole pack of kiwi in there. Sandwich meat for my husband, chicken for my husband, asparagus for my husband. I have kale, bananas, carrots, green beans that I love. I have some zucchini here. So my goal is to grill the chicken for him and grill some vegetables. So that would be the zucchini, the green beans, and some tomatoes. I have this for my picadillo taco thing that I'm doing. My little daily protein shakes, red cabbage, strawberries, tomatoes, blueberries, cucumbers. I'm also planning to make a cucumber tomato onion salad for myself. Some bean sprouts for my taco picadillo thing. Wheat bread for my husband. I have some multigrain sourdough for myself. The Bear Bells boxes of protein bars. I'm really, really loving these. And just some yellow onions. I think these are yellow. I don't know what these are. I think they're yellow. Yes. So this was $194. This is absolutely insanity. Insanity that I spent $200 on 4 bags of groceries, mainly produce, but this is the world we're living in. Let me put this away. Try to get ahead on my meal prep. I've already soaked and chopped up my strawberries for my berry salad. This is what I do as soon as I bring the stuff home or the very next day, because I will tell you, if you wash and cut up your strawberries and put them in a glass sealed container, they last up to 2 weeks. They last up to 2 weeks. This bright red, this crispy, and this fresh. I've been doing this consistently for I'm going on my 6th year. So I know a little bit about this. Trust me, even the blueberries don't get soggy. They stay nice and crispy and crunchy in their natural state. Glass containers, they are the way to go. These are the containers that I love. I will link them in the description box below. I got my original ones from Amazon, and I also found a set at Sam's Club about 4 years ago, maybe. No, yeah, about 4 years ago. And so I do have a big collection of these glass containers, but these are the glass lock, and they have this seal here. And once you put them on, they create this natural airtight seal. And I promise you, your blueberries, any of your berries will last you significantly longer if you cut them, wash them, soak them, cut them, and put them in these glass containers. I promise you. Over here, I'm just boiling up some water. I'm going to actually boil some eggs, about 8 of them. I can use them for egg salad. I can use them as hard-boiled eggs as a source of protein right after I work out or walk or in the morning. I just need things that are more accessible and easier for me to grab. So this is the start of my meal prep, and I'm just doing it in small little stages so I'm not in the kitchen for hours and hours. I put the eggs in ice cold water to stop them from cooking. Here they are. Here's the finished product. They are whole. I put them in for 13 minutes. You let them cool down. The shell comes right off. I hardly ever have issues with hard-boiled eggs. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. I let the water boil. I slowly put them in with a spoon. I lower them down and I let them boil for 12 to 13 minutes. Today was 13, depending on the size. And then I turn them off. I drain it. I stick them in ice cold water, let them sit for a good 5 to 10 minutes. I crack them and put them in here, and they're nice and whole. Anyhow, eggs for the week. I'm sharing a little funny story as I eat my Bear Bell pumpkin spice little protein bar, but I was in line checking out and there was a gentleman behind me and he says to me, number one, I'm going to say this to you with all due respect because I see your ring on your finger, but I have to tell you that your haircut is sharp. It's giving Halle Berry vibes. And I smiled and laughed. We joked about it a little bit. And number one, I will say, you can tell he's a Gen Xer because he used the word sharp. That was our thing back in the 80s. And number two, you know, be ready to receive a lot of compliments if you ever decide to get a pixie cut. People stop me in parking lots, in shopping malls, in supermarkets, no matter where I am constantly getting approached and people are so nice and they give out compliments left and right. So be prepared for that if you decide to get a pixie because it will happen. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Oh my goodness. It is the most perfect day. I know I said that last week or the week before, but it really is. It's in the mid 70s, so breezy and beautiful. Sorry, Sasha is spinning me around here. But all good. My husband, I slept in. He let me sleep in a little bit. We had a very casual morning. I got changed. We went out for breakfast and then I came back and we're now walking Sasha, or I'm walking Sasha. And so today's plans are to do some meal prep. Sasha, come. To do some meal prep and get a head start on that because I have a very busy week ahead and I don't want to do meal prep tomorrow. I want tomorrow to be a day of planning. I'm trying to record a few videos to get ahead and then try to rest my body for the week that's ahead of workouts, going into the office, etc. The leaves that are falling are so beautiful. I'm going to turn this around and show you, but just wanted to say good morning and let's get started. Let's continue with this beautiful day. Look at how beautiful when the leaves, just a few of them are falling, but it is the start of fall here. My favorite time of year. I wanted to show you guys my meal prep. I'm calling it simple because I used to cook a lot more than this, but here we have some roasted veggies in the oven. I have my broiled kale. I made 2 pieces of salmon just in case I want them this week. This is vegan picadillo, which is like a vegan ground meat with onions and peppers and sofrito and tomato sauce. This is going to be delicious with these sweet potatoes. So this is what I am going to eat for dinner tonight. But here are some smashed baked sweet potatoes. I have some sauteed chicken with a teriyaki ginger glaze for my husband, asparagus for my husband, and then I made something different for breakfast meal prep. So here are some chorizo, egg whites, and fresh eggs with onions and peppers. This is like a little omelet. And I wanted to make something different. So I made 3 of these and they're in this parchment paper. I just needed to take one out to show you. Over here, I have some pickled onions that I want to eat with my picadillo and my my sweet potatoes. I have carrots here that I cut up and put in water. It keeps them fresher. And I am going to be eating that with this vegan ranch that I found, and also some roasted garlic hummus. These are individual containers. It just stays fresher longer. My husband really doesn't eat hummus like that, so I got this to eat with the carrots. I have some hard-boiled eggs. I am focused on protein and fiber. And then I have my berry salad. I have another container just like this in the refrigerator. So this is my meal prep. If you guys want to see how I do this, if you want to see a process, let me know. I usually try to make at least 2 proteins. So I have 3 this week. I have salmon, the picadillo, which is the vegan ground meat, and then I have chicken for my husband. So I actually have 3, but we each have 2, right? So he'll eat this, he will eat salmon, and he's the only one that eats chicken here. But we have a nice option of protein, and I always like to make at least 4 to 5 different veggies. So here I have roasted vegetables, I have the broiled kale, and I have the asparagus. So there's quite a variety. I needed to meal prep. I have to go into the office quite a bit this week. I am working out. I need to focus on protein and fiber. So this is my meal prep for this coming week. So week 3 is a wrap. It has been an interesting week. I traveled for most of it. It was intense, but it was so productive. I learned, I also poured into others. I also added value. And to me, in my previous roles with the same company, I never felt that. And I am feeling that almost on a weekly basis. Even if it's unprompted, I'll get an email, or we had an intern that we had, and the card that he wrote to all of us as his mentees, as his mentors, it almost made me tear up, because you don't know how much you're pouring into other people. And one thing that I'm learning in this healing phase and season of mine is that I need to learn to give myself grace. I am always on the go, right? I always want to make sure that I am producing, that I'm adding value, intentional, right? All these things. But sometimes those things happen organically, unplanned. And that's what happened this past week. I made a lot of good connections. A lot of people saw me from a distance. They came up to me and they thanked me for helping them through a couple of things, a couple of issues that they had encountered, which I had forgotten about. So it was nice to see that type of connection. And I look forward, and that's one of the goals that I had set up for myself for this year, was to network more, to get more exposure, and to make myself visible, which brings me to my goals for this week. Last week is a wash. As you saw, not a lot of vlogging, not a lot of content, because I had a priority, and my priority was work. And I am very private about that. So I don't want to ever take out my personal phone in that way when I'm traveling or when I'm working. So, but here are my goals for this week. My goals for this week are to go into the office 2 to 3 days. I'm aiming for 3, because being around people this last week, being around so many folks that I can add value and can also pour into me, I am yearning that. And because I'm still on the high from that from last week, I want to continue to lean in. Because honestly, as of January 1st, we were notified that we're going to go back to a 5-day work week. So we have to go back into going into the office 5 days a week. And I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm focused on the here and now. So I'm retraining my mind. I'm retraining my body to acclimate myself to a potentially new schedule, right? And I don't know how much of that impacts our business unit and our department directly, but I can't worry about that right now. I have too many things that I am looking forward to completing, and too many goals that I want to establish for myself to close out the year. So that's what I will be doing later today. That will be coming in next week's vlog. But today I'm going to spend the day just writing, journaling, planning, getting all caught up on all things, because I feel like I'm 3 months behind on everything. So I'm going to do that today. And I'm hoping to get this video out to you today for week 3. And that is pretty much it. That is pretty much it. I'm looking forward to a productive week. This week I should be able to vlog more, which is always good. Let me know if there's anything in particular that you guys want to see, have interest in, or just want to see more of. I'm open to your suggestions and your feedback. But I hope that you're enjoying these weekly vlogs. I hope that you're enjoying my journey as much as I am. I want to say thank you for being here. For those that are new, welcome. For those that are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for always supporting me. And don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, as that helps my channel grow and it keeps me connected to all of you. So until the next one, until next week, adios.